Last night as I lay dreaming of pleasant days gone by, me mind been bent on rambling, to Ireland I did fly. I stepped on board a vision and I followed with the wind. When next I came to anchor at the cross in Spancil Hill, been on the 23rd of June, the day before the fair, when Ireland's sons and daughters and friends assembled there. The young, the old, the brave and the bold came their duty to fulfill at the parish church at Clooney, a mile from Spancil Hill. I went to see my neighbours, to see what they might say. The old ones were all dead and gone, the young ones turning grey. I met the tailor Quigley, he's as bold as ever still. Sure, he used to make me breeches when I lived in Spancil Hill. I paid a flying visit to my first and only love. She's as white as any lily and gentle as a dove. She threw her arms around me saying, Johnny, I love you still. Oh, she's Ned, the farmer's daughter, and the pride of Spancil Hill. I dreamt I held and kissed her as in the days of yore. Oh, Johnny, you're only joking, as many a time before. The cock, he crew in the morning, he crew both loud and shrill. When I woke in California, many miles from Spancil Hill. Now that our mountain is growing, with people hungry for wealth, how come it's you that's a-going, and I'm left alone by myself? Haunt the cool cabin deep in our forest so green. Then came the road and the tavern, and you found a new love, it seems. Once I had you in the wild woods, now it's just dusty road, and I can't help from blaming your going to the coming of the road. they cut us to pieces. Our ancient poplar and oak, the hillside it stained with the greases that burns up the heavens with smoke. You used to curse the bold crewmen that stripped our land of its ore. Now you've changed and you've gone over to them, and you've learned to love what you hated before. Once I thank God for my treasure, now like rust it corrodes, and I can't help from blaming your going to the coming of the road. Sam Hall, chimney sweep, chimney sweep. Oh, me name it is Sam Hall, chimney sweep. Oh, me name it is Sam Hall, and I've robbed both great and small. My neck will pay for all when I die, when I die. And my neck will pay for all when I die. I have 20 pounds in store, that's not all, that's not all. I have 20 pounds in store, that's not all. I have 20 pounds in store, and I'll rob for 20 more. For the rich must help the poor, so must I, so must I. For the rich must help the poor, so must I. Oh, they brought me to Boot Hill in the cart, in a cart. To Coot Hill, and I stopped to make my will, saying the best of friends must part, so must I, so must I. Saying the best of friends must part, so must I. The lather I did grow, that's no joke, that's no joke. Up the lather I did grow, that's no joke. Up the lather I did grow, and ne'er a word I spoke, tumbling down, tumbling down. And ne'er a word I spoke, tumbling down. Will you come to the bower or the free boundless ocean, where the stupendous waves roll in thunder and motion, where the mermaids are seen and the fierce tempest gathers to love air in the green, to the dear land of our fathers? Will you come? Will you come to the bower? Will you come to the land of O'Neill and O'Donnell, of Lord Lucan of old and the immortal O'Connell, where Brian drove the Danes and St. Patrick the Vermin, and whose valleys remain still most beautiful and charming? Will you come? Will you come to the bower? You can see Dublin city and the fine groves of Blarney, oh, the Banboyne, the Liffey and the lakes of Killarney. You can ride on the Tide or the broad majestic Shannon. You can sail round Loch Ness and see story Dungannon. Will you come? Will you come to the bower? You can visit New Ross, gallant Wexford and Gorey, where the green was last seen by proud Saxton and Tory, and the air sanctified by the blood of each true man, where they died satisfied their enemies they'd not run from. Will you come? Will you come to the bower? Will you come and awake our lost land from its slumber, and whose fetters they will break, links that long have encumbered, and the air will resound with hosannas to meet you. On the shore will be found gallant Irishmen to meet you. Will you come? Will you come to the bower? The crops are all in and the peaches are gathered, oranges packed in their creosote bins. They're flying them back to the Mexican border. 'Twill take all their money to get back again. So farewell to my friends, goodbye Rosalita, adios mis amigos. You say Maria, you won't have a name when you fly the big aeroplane. All they will call you will be deportees. The sky plane caught fire over Lost Gaithless Canyon. The fireball lit up and it shook the hills round. Oh, who are the close friends who were scattered like dry leaves. The radio says they were just deportees. So farewell to my friends, goodbye Rosalita, adios mis amigos, Jose Maria. You won't have a name when you fly the big aeroplane. All they will call you will be deportees. Is this the best way to till our good orchards? Is this the best way we can grow our good fruit? To lie on the ground and to rot neath the topsoil and never know no name except deportees. So farewell to my friends, goodbye Rosalita, adios mis amigos, Jose Maria. You won't have a name when you fly the big aeroplane. All they will call you will be deportees. Some of us are illegal and some are not wanted. Our work contract's finished, we've got to move on. It's 600 miles to the Mexican border. They chase us like rustlers, like outlaws, like thieves. So farewell to my friends, goodbye Rosalita, adios mis amigos, Jose Maria. You won't have a name when you ride the big aeroplane. All they will call you will be deportees. All they will call you will be deportees. On Dollymount Strand on a cold winter's night, I put on the handbrake and switched out the light. I looked at me bird and says I, are you right? Myself and the architect's daughter. But the sea, oh the sea, it crept up on me, and the water was rising up quite rapidly. Says I to the moth, get your hand off me knee, can't you see we're surrounded by water? I turned on the ignition and put it in gear. Could I get it moving, lads? Oh, not a fear. Not if I was there for the next bloody year. There was sand in the old carburetor. The sea, oh the sea, it crept up on me, and the water was rising up quite rapidly. Says I to the mud, get your hand off me knee, can't you see we're surrounded by water? With water the car was soon filled to the brim. I said to the mutt, dear, the chances are slim. So love, get them off you, we'll both have to swim. So I let down the window in Scarborough. The sea, oh the sea, it crept up on me, and the water was rising up quite rapidly. 'Twas I to the muck, get your hand off me knee. Can't you see we're surrounded by water? So if ever you go down to Dollymount Strand, make sure that the tide's out and everything's planned. For a bird in the bush is worth two in the sand, regardless to what you are after. The sea, oh the sea, it crept up on me, and the water was rising up quite rapidly. Says I to the mud, get your hand off me knee. Can't you see we're surrounded by water? At a cottage door one winter's night, as the snow lay on the ground, stood a youthful Irish soldier boy. To the mountains he was bound. His mother stood beside him, saying, "You'll win, my boy, don't fear." With loving arms around his waist, she tied his bandolier. Goodbye, God bless you, mother dear, I hope your heart won't pain. But pray to God that you shall see your soldier boy again. And when I'm out in the firing line, it will be a source of joy, for to know that you're remembering still your Irish soldier boy. And when the fighting it was o'er, and the flag of truce was raised, the leaders ordered fire to cease. All Ireland stood amazed. His comrades came to the cottage door, with a note from her pride and joy. With an aching heart she cried, God be good to her Irish soldier boy. Goodbye, God bless you, mother dear, I'm dying a death so grand. From wounds received in action, trying to free my native land. I hope we'll meet in heaven above, in that land beyond the sky, where you're in company with your Irish soldier boy. There was a lord who lived in the town, who had a lovely handsome daughter. She was courted by a fair young man, who was a servant to her father. But when her parents came to know, they swore they'd ban him from the island. The maid, she knew that her heart would break, had she to part with young Matt Hyland. So straight away to her love she goes, into his room to awake him, saying, "Arise, my love, and go away. This very night you will be taken." I overheard my parents say, in spite of me they would transport you. So arise, my love, and go away. I wish to God I'd gone before you. They both sat down upon the bed, just for the sight of 1/2 hour, and not a word did either speak, as down their cheeks the tears did shower. She laid her head upon his breast, around his neck her arms entwined them. Not a duke nor lord or earl I'll wed, I'll wait for you, my own Matt Hyland. The Lord discoursed with his daughter fair, one night alone in her bedchamber, saying, "We'll give you leave for to bring him back, since there's no one can win your favor." She wrote a letter then in haste, for him her heart was still repining. They brought him back, to the church they went, and made a lord of young Matt Hyland. Oh, me father was an Ulsterman, proud Protestant was he. Me mother was a Catholic girl, from County Cork came she. They got married in 2 churches, lived happily enough, until the day that I was born and things got rather rough. Oh, it is the biggest mix-up that you have ever seen. Me father, he was orange, and me mother, she was green. Oh, baptised by Father Reilly, I got rushed away by car, to be made a little orange man, me father's shining star. I was kissing David Anthony, but still in spite of that, to me father I was William, while me mother called me Pat. Oh, it is the biggest mix-up that you have ever seen. Me father, he was orange, and me mother, she was green. Off to Mass every Sunday with Ma I'd proudly stroll, and after that the Orange Lodge would try to save me soul. Well, I'd go along with both of them, for I was smart because I'd play me harp or play me flute depending where I was. Oh, it is the biggest mix-up that you have ever seen. Me father, he was orange, and me mother, she was green. Now when I sing them rebel songs, much to my mother's joy, my father, he'd leap up and shout, "Look here, William, me boy, that's quite enough of that lot." He'd then toss me a coin and have me sing King Bally and the heroes of the Boyne. Oh, it is the biggest mix-up that you have ever seen. Me father, he was orange, and me mother, she was green. Well, they've both passed on, God rest them, and left me caught between the awful colour problem of the orange and the green. Oh, it is the biggest mix-up that you have ever seen. Me father, he was orange, and me mother, she was green. Dublin City in 1913, the boss was rich and the poor were slaves, the women working and children starving. Then on came Larkin like a mighty wave. The workman cringed when the bossman pondered, 70 hours was his weekly chore. He asked for little and less was granted, least getting little then he'd ask for more. In the month of August the bossman told us no union man for him could work. We stood by Larkin and told the bossman we'd fight or die, but we would not shirk. 8 months we fought and 8 months we starved. We stood by Larkin through thick and thin, but foodless homes and the crying of children, it broke our hearts, we just couldn't win. Then Larkin left us, we seemed defeated. The night was black for the working man, but on came Connolly with new hope and counsel. His motto was that we'd rise again. In 1916 in Dublin City, the English soldiers, they burned our town. They shelled our buildings and shot our leaders. The harp was buried beneath the bloody crown. They shot McDermott and Pearson Plunkett. They shot MacDonagh and Clark the Brave. From bleak Kilmainham they took their bodies from Arbor Hill to a quicklime grave. But last of all of the 7 heroes, I'll sing the praise of James Connolly. The voice of justice, the voice of freedom, his gave his life that men might be free. A great crowd had gathered outside of Kilmainham, with their heads uncovered they knelt to ground. For inside that grim prison lay a true Irish soldier, his life for his country about to lay down. He went to his death like a true son of Ireland, and the firing party he bravely did face. When the order rang out, present arms fire, James Connolly fell into a ready-made grave. The black flag they hoisted, the cruel deed was over, and gone was the man who loved Ireland so well. There was many a sad heart in Dublin that morning when they murdered James Connolly, the Irish rebel. Many years have gone by since the Irish rebellion, when the guns of Britannia they loudly did speak. But the bold IRA stood shoulder to shoulder as the blood from their bodies flowed down Sackville Street. The four courts of Dublin the British bombarded, and the spirit of freedom they tried hard to quell. But above all that din came the cry, no surrender. 'Twas the voice of Jim Connolly, the Irish rebel. The lark in the morning, she rises off her nest. She goes home in the evening with the jewel on her breast. Unlike the jolly ploughboy, she whistles and she sings. She goes home in the evening with the jewel on her wings. Oh, Roger the ploughboy, he is a dashing blade. He goes whistling and singing through yonder green glade. He met with pretty Susan, she's handsome, I declare. She's far more enticing than the birds all in the air. The lark in the morning, she rises off her nest. She goes home in the evening with the jewel on her breast. Unlike the jolly ploughboy, she whistles and she sings. She goes home in the evening with the jewel on her wings. One evening coming home from the lakes of the town, the meadows being all mowed and the grass had been cut down. Oh, if I should chance to tumble all in the new mown hay, oh, it's kiss me now or never, love this bonny lass did say. The lark in the morning, she rises off her nest. She goes home in the evening with the jewel on her breast. Unlike the jolly ploughboy, she whistles and she sings, and she goes home in the evening with the jewel on her wings. When 20 long weeks they were over and repast, Her mother asked the reason why she thickened round the waist. It was the handsome ploughboy, the young girl she did say, for he caused me for to tumble all in the new mown hay. The lark in the morning, she rises off her nest. She goes home in the evening with the dew all on her breast. Unlike the jolly ploughboy, she whistles and she sings. She goes home in the evening with the dew all on her wings. There's a health to young ploughboys wherever they may be, that likes to have a bonny lass a-sitting on each knee. With a jug of good strong porter you'll whistle and you'll sing, for a ploughboy is as happy as a prince or a king. The lark in the morning, she rises off her nest. She goes home in the evening with the dew all on her breast. Unlike the jolly ploughboy, she whistles and she sings. She goes home in the evening with the dew all on her wings.